Thank you. Got it. Thank you. Got it. Ooh, okay, got it. Okay. Ooh, got it. Oh, got it. Uh-oh. Careful. Got it. One more. All right. Thank you. Kiss. Love you. Love you. Kiss. Kiss. Welcome back to Vargas Woodworking Creations. Today, we got another commission project. We have to make 9 cedar faux beams, F-A-U-X, however you want to pronounce it, faux beams. They're all going to be cedar, 3-sided, some support in the middle, brad nails and glue, pretty easy. It's just the process. We are going to plane them. He wants them rough, but not too rough, so we're going to put a light planing on them. And that's really all we got to do, guys. And then put them all together. It's going to take some time, but we can get it done. Let's get it. Alright guys, let's get started. First of all, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Anyways, so in this video, I'm going to describe the fall beam, but I kind of wanted to talk about a couple things. First of all, do my shop upgrade video. If you notice in my video, I have more room to work with. I had to remove some kayaks from my garage and move them to my dad's house to create more room over here on the left side of the garage. First step of the process though, we want to do light planing on the planer. The inside face is going to have a smooth surface, that way our joints together and they're nice, tight, and touching. That's our main concern, the joints. So we're going to feed all these pieces of wood through the planer, and this, I'm not going to show you every single one, but it is a lot. These here that I did right now, these are going to be the part you see on the bottom of the beam. And all of these here are going to be the sides. Those I'm going to joint on one side. That way I have a solid, nice straight edge to meet the joints of the one that's going to be faced on the bottom. As you can see, again, everything's on a roller in my shop. It has to be. If y'all don't know this Harvey mobile base, y'all should definitely look into it. It is a little pricey, but man, it's worth it. It is an amazing, amazing mobile roller. So before we get started, we always got to check the square on the joiner no matter what, being that it moves a lot. So we're going to have to make sure that it stays square. As we run all these through the joiner, I want to talk about something. So my daughter, as y'all saw in the opening, this is the first time she's helped me in the shop. She obviously wanted to help. It kind of makes me feel good as a dad. It makes me feel like she kind of has some interest on what I'm doing. I know she's a little kid, but hey, it made me feel good, and that's what matters. That's what I like to do. As we joint all these pieces, it's a lot of pieces, guys. So there was 9 faces and then 18 other ones that we had to do. All right, as y'all saw, we planed all the pieces, the bottom parts and the 2 sides. We planed them all down. But remember, we only planed the inside flat, so it have smooth surfaces, cleaner joints. And then the face side, the part that you can see, I skip planed it, if you will. You could still see the roughness of the cedar. That way it looks all rough. Looks good. But then, and then y'all saw that I jointed all the pieces. That way they fit nice and tight. Now I'm going to rip all the little blocks that are going to go inside of the faux beam. They're going to be 3 inches, but I'm just going to rip them to 3 inches, and I'm going to wait until I get some glued up so I can get an exact measurement of what they need to be width-wise. So yeah, keep watching. Let's keep doing it. So speaking of my daughter, she's growing already. Right now, she's not as tall as my table saw, as you can see here. This was the other day when I took a picture. Thought it was super cute. Thought I should take it. But, yeah, the fact that she wanted to help me just made me feel good. My son always helps me when he wants, of course. He's a really strict shop foreman, so he's on top of me. The way we're gonna put these faux beams together is we're gonna use some Type Bond 3 and some brad nails. These are 1.25" brad nails that we use. With this nice little Husky work table, I'm able to clamp it. I just throw some glue on there. Being careful with the squeeze out, guys. You don't want to put too much glue to where it creates a lot of squeeze out, because with the cedar on the rough outside face, it's hard to clean up that glue. So try not to do that. See, I'm being very careful trying to keep it on the inside of the edge. If there is squeeze out, it's with inside the beam. Nobody will ever see it. But we're going to repeat this process 9 times. So 9 faux beams. Process is 9 times. I like to do one side at a time with the brad nail, just one after another. And of course, making sure that all the edges are lining up nice and even. So you get the idea on that. And we're going to do the other side. When we do the other side, after we do the other side, we're going to cut a bunch of blocks that goes within the middle to support the beam. We want to keep at least 1.75 inches from the top of the beam to the first support on the inside. That way, when you attach it to the wall, you have plenty of room for a 2x6 or whatever the size, whatever the contractor wants to use to attach it to the wall or ceiling. I believe these are going on a ceiling. They're 16 foot, I believe, and these are 8-foot faux beams, so they're gonna bump them up together. Another thing I wanted to bring up, guys, is shop space. Like I said earlier before, I removed kayaks against this wall on the right here. There used to be 2 kayaks, some bona fide kayaks. I'm a big fisherman. I like hunting, fishing, woodworking, and kayak fishing. But it came down to, what do I use more? I use the shop way more than I do the kayaks. So I had to make the hard decision to, move them to my father's garage and create more room in the shop, which I'm kind of happy so far. I've made a few projects now, and it's definitely helped with just mental aspect of it, knowing that I don't have to move things as much. If y'all have a cramped shop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But just, it helps. I asked my father, I'm like, hey, can I move my kayaks to your garage? He's like, well, yeah. And I go, tell you what, he had a broken garage. So I was like, let me pay for the broken garage. Let's replace it, and that'll be the storage fee. And he agreed. He's an awesome dad, guys. If you have an awesome dad, not find a dad. If you have an awesome dad, let him know. He's an amazing dad. My dad, he's the one that got me into woodworking, actually. More carpentry. I got into the finer woodworking while I was in the Marine Corps. That sparked my interest. Here, we're going to go ahead and start cutting all these little pieces. I don't want to cut a bunch of the same sizes in case the dimensions are off. But it ended up being 5 inches. Everything was 5 inches just to make sure everything was square, so that worked out. But we ended up cutting 5 per beam, so 9 beams. You do the math. While I'm doing this voiceover, I don't have a calculator in front of me. I can't do math in my head, so there we go. Y'all figure it out. But again, my dad is an amazing man. He has an amazing story. He raised 4 of us. Had some difficult times. My mom was sick, and he stepped up, working 2 jobs for many years until he ended up getting hurt at work and had to quit one of those jobs. But look up to him. If he's watching this, Dad, I love you. You're an inspiration and somebody that I look up to, and I only wish I can be as good as you. And my goal is to try to raise my kids the same way that he raised us. But anyways, enough of the soggy part. Here we go, putting in these middle supports. And we repeat this, like I said, a bunch of times, 9 times, and I don't want to film every single bit of it, but I just wanted you to get the idea of the process of making the beam. And again, guys, this is cedar. You can make it out of anything. you want. Weight is a factor. You don't want it too heavy, so you got to take that into consideration. Here I go, moving my table saw with ease with this Spider Mobile base end extension. Look at that. That is neat. I have to peel it away also when I use this router, just so I can get room against that electrical box there and use it. I also wanted to talk about this. Okay, so I don't have a YouTube shop, guys. This is an actual working shop. This is what reality looks like. Not perfect, clean, Festool boxes in the background, clean floor and all this. No, I use this to work. Do I use it for a main source of income? No, I don't. But it definitely helps. Just, you know, buying other wood for other projects or upgrading the shop, or just, you know, just to have money in your pocket. It definitely helps. Also, just a fun little thing in the comments. I want you to comment to see how many times I say in this video. I've noticed I've had a habit of doing it for some reason, but I just keep doing it. I'm trying to break the habit, but go ahead and in the comments see how many times I say I think we'll be surprised on how many times I say and yes, these count as as well. And that's a completed beam there. We just went ahead and ran them through the table saw to make them 5 1/4 tall. That's what they requested. That way they're all even and flush with the ceiling. I was thankful my daughter Emma, my oldest daughter, helped me hold these beams, pull them through the table saw. But yeah, guys, well, I just wanted to thank you for your time, for listening to me. I know this is not a how-to, but just a quick little look into, you know, making faux beams. Remember, guys, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this content. I'm going to continue to make it. But just enjoy when I make these videos, because I enjoy making them for y'all. Yeah, it's just a fun little process. See y'all next time. Well, 9 Cedar Faux Beams, all done and ready for pickup. They measure 5 1/4 from there to here, and 6 across. And remember, these are rough dimensions because it was rough lumber. We wanted to try to keep that roughness, so I could only be accurate so much. But it's well within I would say for sure an 1/8 of things. But that took about, let's see here, started around 4:30. That took about 5 hours, 5.5 hours, something like that. But that's it, guys. That was a quick little video on making some faux beams, and the same process the same way for any kind of wood. It really just depends on what kind of wood, on if you want it heavy, if you want it light, whatever the situation. These cedar ones, they wanted it light, so we tried to, you know, get rid of some material and go from there. But they look good. All right, guys. Hey, if you like this content, like, share, and subscribe. I know I always tell y'all, but hey, believe it or not, it helps. Just that subscribe button, bam, just hit it. That's it. You're good. I'm not going to make horrible videos, but, you know, some are good, some are bad. I know, I'm still learning. But, yeah, I'll see you on the next one.